Imagine standing on a medieval battlefield, swords glinting, armor shining. Suddenly, a thundering boom shatters the air, a sound no one there had ever heard before. This is the moment gunpowder changes everything. Before gunpowder, wars in Europe were decided by muscle, steel, and the press of shield walls. Castles, once considered impenetrable, stood tall for centuries. But things were about to explode, literally. Gunpowder's story actually starts far from Europe, in ancient China. Alchemists mixed saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal, searching for immortality. Instead, they found something that would make people very, very mortal. By the 1200s, gunpowder spreads west, along the Silk Road, trickling into the heart of medieval Europe. Crusaders, Mongols, and Arab scholars help pass the secret. At first, nobody's quite sure what to do with it. Early hand cannons were unreliable and sometimes even more dangerous to the user than to the enemy. Imagine lighting a primitive cannon, flames spitting dangerously close to your beard. But the potential is impossible to ignore. The Big Leap cannons. Think of the Battle of Crécy in 1346. The English wheel out crude gunpowder weapons, metal tubes strapped to wooden frames. French knights, used to charging at enemies with lances, suddenly face something unimaginable. Explosive projectiles screaming through the air. It isn't that these early guns are accurate. Far from it. They just create shock and awe. Horses bolt, soldiers panic. Medieval warfare is ruled by fear nearly as much as by force. But gunpowder doesn't only terrify, it transforms. Suddenly, those mighty castles and city walls that dominated the landscape for generations, they're vulnerable. A cannonball can chip away at stone in hours what would have taken a siege months. Only a century after Crécy, the walls of Constantinople, fortifications that withstood centuries of attack, crumble before Ottoman cannons in 1453. The city, untouched by conquerors for 1,000 years, falls in just 53 days. Medieval power, once resting in the hands of kings and lords who could build the biggest, strongest castles, starts to shift. To rule, you now need gunpowder, artillery, and engineers, blending science and strategy like never before. The weapons themselves evolve too. By the 15th century, matchlock guns appear, using a burning wick to fire. Soldiers, called arquebusiers, train in formations. No more single combat. Now victory comes from coordinated volleys of gunfire. Armor loses its edge, literally. Heavy plate, once the pride of knights, becomes less useful when bullets pierce it. Instead of investing in fancier armor, armies invest in more guns. In fact, the rise of gunpowder marks the twilight of the night. Imagine the roaring chaos of the battlefield. Cannons tear down walls and gates. Arquebusiers reload and fire in clouds of smoke. The old chivalric code swallowed up by fire and powder. Curiously, gunpowder leads to more than just military change. It fuels innovation. Metalworking, chemistry, logistics, all these sciences accelerate as gunpowder weapons develop. To build better cannons, you need better iron. To fire reliably, you need consistent powder, measured precisely. It even changes how armies are led. Medieval lords, once able to summon peasants to fight with pitchforks, now have to pay and train professional soldiers. The age of the standing army is born, and the social order trembles. Old nobles, armored and on horseback, start to lose their grip. Ambitious kings, merchants, and those who can afford gunpowder rise in their place. Let's not forget, gunpowder's impact isn't just in Europe. In Japan, Portuguese traders bring firearms in the 1500s. Within years, samurai armies, once reliant on bow and sword, train with muskets. The famous Battle of Nagashino, 1575, sees lines of gunners decimating cavalry with coordinated fire. And the Reverberations travel even farther, shaping empires in India, catapulting the Ottomans to glory, changing warfare on every continent. Back in Europe, the medieval world as we know it collapses into something new. Imagine the ominous sound as a cannonball crashes into a castle wall. Stones flying, dust choking the defenders, the ground quaking. This is the sound of the Middle Ages ending. Across continents, the great fortress towns are redesigned with thick, sloped bastions to withstand cannon fire. Architects race to keep up with ever stronger artillery, creating a new discipline, military engineering. As gunpowder spreads, so does the pace of change. City-states buy and sell powder by the ton. Kingdoms rise and fall on the skill of their gunners. Borders are redrawn not by bloodlines, but by those who control the most devastating firepower. So the next time you see a medieval castle, imagine how it once seemed invincible, until a single spark changed history. Gunpowder did more than end an era of brave knights and towering castles. It built the path to the modern world, where science and war, power and technology are forever intertwined. And all of it, from a chance discovery in an ancient alchemist's lab. Now, think about this. What inventions are we creating today that might transform the world just as dramatically? Will our future look as unrecognizable to us as the gunpowder age did to the knights of old? History, after all, always finds new ways to surprise us. And the echoes of those first cannon blasts still shape the world we live in, even now. Do you hear it? That distant, rolling thunder, the sound that changed everything.